Tonight with your money and advisory committee says Grand Rapids streets are in bad shape and they're getting worse, and the bills to fix them may be sent to you. The Transportation Advisory Committee says the worse streets and bridges get, the more expensive that they'll be to replace. Members say if the state doesn't increase the gas tax, the city should ask voters for more money. Mayor George Hartwell called out the legislature for not acting on that gas tax.
We've been waiting. I don't know how much longer we can wait. I don't see this legislature having the courage now to step up and say we're going to make sure that there's adequate funding for infrastructure across this state. So it may well be up to cities.
Mayor Hartwell says the commission will wait to see if and how Lansing deals with the gas tax before deciding on whether to ask Grand Rapids voters for the money.
Road crews are still out trying to clear the snow that fell Sunday and yesterday throughout West Michigan. We're staying on top of the road conditions all across West Michigan for you. We'll have more on that in a moment. But first, I'm joined here at the live desk with Jerry Byrne with the Kent County Road Commission. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
How's it going out there this time around? It's the side streets especially seem to be have some problems.
There are. It really packed on, Susan. It was a wetter snow. It fell in the middle of the day, so traffic really ironed it on, and they turned that snow into hard pack ice, bonded to the pavement. It took a lot of salt. We used, in this last storm, 2,600 ton of salt.
Wow.
Compared to about half that for the blizzard of 16 inches.
Really?
Right.
I noticed along the sides of the roads, we talked about this last night as well, there seems to be a lot of buildup on the sides, and a lot of cars are sort of still wedged in on the side roads.
There are. It's harder for the motorists to get through this because it's heavy packed snow. It isn't that light powdery that fell when it was 16 inches. That heavy wet snow, the cars would actually get wedged on top of it. Their tires spin, they're stuck on 6 or 8 inches of snow.
How are we doing right now? Did the sunshine help a little bit today? How do things look out there?
Absolutely. The sunshine made a huge difference. The pavement temperatures were up to 40 degrees, even though the air was at 25. So people started to see that snow start to melt, turn to slush, let us scrape it off. Made a huge difference.
How are we doing? You mentioned the salt that you used in this storm. How are we doing with supplies? How are things look as far as this season is concerned right now in this stage of the game?
We've used about 70% of our allotments, so there's still 30% to go. So there's plenty of salt left to go. We're really fine. We've used about 80% of our budget, so we still have 20% to go. They're talking about some storms coming this week, so we'll use that up by the time winter's over.
So what's the plan at this point?
The plan at this point, the crews work 12 to 14 hours a day in those subdivision streets. What they don't get through, we'll come up and finish tomorrow night. Everything's had one pass. We're kind of cleaning them up. We go in with 2 trucks, so we're only filling the driveways once with a cleanup mode. So it takes us a little longer to clean up, but when we're done, we're pretty much done. Now, I say that, but when it gets to 40 tomorrow, and a little more of that pack loosens up, we'll be back to clean it off one more time.
Okay.
But we won't be filling the driveways as bad the second time around.
It's the ongoing process. Jerry Byrne, thank you so much for joining us from the Kent County Road Commission. Bye.
We do want to take a look at where other areas stand when it comes to clearing the roads. Muskegon, Newaygo, and Berry counties all say they hit everywhere twice, and they're now working on cleanup. Montcalm County says all roads are open. In Ionia County, crews are finishing up gravel roads. Ottawa and Kalamazoo counties report that most of the roads there are done. Now they're working on local roads, and that could take a couple of days. Allegan County says it made a pass at all roads. Branch County should have all their roads plowed by tonight.